Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be drawing Deku from My Hero Academia and an original drawing. So in the last season of My Hero Academia, Deku has this new costume which looks really cool, and he has this really cool mask. So that's what I wanted to draw today, and this is the exact photo that I'm going to try to draw. So let's get right into it. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm working on doing my rough sketch. So for this drawing, I'm going to be doing the drawing I showed you at the beginning, and I'm going to do half and half. So one side is going to be his face, and the other side is going to be the mask. Just because I wanted to make sure everything was proportional and looked correct, I drew Deku's whole face, and then I drew a line in the middle, and I went over top of his face with the mask. So now what I'm doing is I'm just finishing up the rough sketch, and then I'm going to move on to doing the outlining. One thing that I do is when I'm drawing, I take the opacity on my sketch and I lower it so that it's easier for me to do all of the outlining. So now I'm just outlining everything and coloring in the shading part of Deku's hair in black, and then I'm just outlining the rest of the drawing. Now what I'm doing is I'm moving on to coloring in the drawing. So the first thing I'm doing is working on Deku's mask. So I added darker parts where the shadow is casting on his mask, and the parts where it's not, I added a lighter green. And there is also some hair poking out of his mask, so I added that in the back. So for Deku's eye, what I did is the top part is a dark green, the middle is a little lighter, and the bottom is the lightest, and that's what I do for all of my eyes. The scarf is kind of the signature piece to this outfit, and I think it just looks super cool. So I'm working on coloring it in, and it's kind of like a mustard yellow color. Most of it is pretty dark because it is also underneath a bit of a shadow, and for this drawing, it's kind of supposed to be more of like a dark and gloomy type of drawing. So the shading on Deku's hair is supposed to be completely black, so since I've already done that, I can just go in and color his hair completely green. So one thing I did add, just for like a final touch for this drawing, is I added some raindrops, which are really easy to draw. All I did is it's a circle, and then there's a tiny little circle like at the top middle part of it, and it just looks really cool. It makes a really nice effect. So I airbrushed this background. I made it a dark grayish blue, and then I added some black on the sides, and I just had to add some electricity on the right side just to make it look even cooler. Here is the finished drawing. I think it looks really cool. I might like this one more than my last Deku drawing, but anyways, I hope you guys like it, and let's move on to the next drawing. So for my next drawing, when I first started out drawing this, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. I was kind of just like playing around drawing. But one thing I did really want is I wanted to draw some really big, pretty eyes. I've seen people draw these eyes where they're so pretty, it's like you could just like stare into them forever. So I'm making these really big eyes, and I added green eyes, and I just blended them and added a bunch of sparklies along with a bunch of white dots. I kind of wanted to look like a galaxy in his eyes, which I think it looks really cool. So for the skin tone, what I'm doing is I'm leaving some parts empty. I'm adding some little squares and triangles, and I'm adding those in a lighter color, and I kind of drew in some hair pieces, so it looks like it's a shadow coming down from his hair, which I think looks really cool. I decided to make his hair a black color. It's more of a dark gray, but I did that because I wanted it to seem like the drawing was kind of in like a dark room, and I thought that a dark gray or black would be a pretty good color to do that. I did mess around with the hair for a while, deciding how dark I wanted it to be. You can see I kind of changed it a little bit. On the part where the light is casting a shadow on his skin, I blended those out a little bit with a brush tool. And then I used a brush tool to add a little bit of blush. I decided to make the sweater he's wearing a dark green color, and of course I had to do the same things with adding the light so that it looks like the light is casting a shadow on his sweater as well. And just to have that light effect, I also took airbrush and airbrushed yellow on the right corner to really look like there's light coming down. The drawing is almost finished. Now I'm just adding a couple final touches. And here is the final drawing. I'm like super happy with this one. It looks super pretty, especially the eyes. They're just so pretty and big, and they look like a galaxy. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can see whenever my new videos release. If you have any things that you would like for me to draw, make sure to put those in the comments below. I do read all of my comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you next Saturday. Bye!